Hey guys, I wanted to do a really quick overview video. Basically taking MEP fabrication parts from Revit into CAMduct and then into the plasma cutter. As you can see here, I'm just using generic fabrication pieces from the Revit MEP Imperial Content database that comes with Revit. I'm not using anything custom in this video. Here I'm just placing just random parts just as a demonstration. I'm doing some full joint straights and a short joint straight, which get treated differently in the shop. And then I'm doing elbows, there's a tap, and these, depending on the part, it gets treated differently in the shop, at least in our shop. So what I want to do now is go to the add-ins tab and then the import and export add-in that comes from Autodesk. Now what this does is it exports a .maj file because that's what CAMduct needs to read. So what I did was I exported a .maj file right here. So once that gets exported, Revit tells you that it exported, and now I want to open it in CAMduct, and this is CAMduct. So as you can see, I'm opening the project1.maj that I just exported. Now here you can see a list of everything that you just exported. So this is really good for organization. It takes it out of Revit and allows you to sort of manage your job outside of Revit in your own file structures. Now here you can see the different cut types. Decoiled means it comes off a decoiler, so it's not getting sent to a plasma cutter. Machine cut means it is getting sent to a plasma cutter. And depending on your shop, you might have different standards for what determines that. But that's typical. So now I'm doing an automatic nest. Now what this does is it tells CAMduct to place the parts as efficiently as you think. They can fit on a sheet of sheet metal. So you can see only 3 parts are getting machine cut. That's why there's only 1 sheet in the nest. And so it's a short joint, a tap, and a square elbow. That's what exists on just that 1 sheet because that's all that was there. Now right here I'm doing a right NC or a right CNC. And at this point, what I'm doing is I'm sending the files in a format that the plasma cutter can understand. So this is that Revit CAMduct plasma cutter workflow, and at this point I'm sending the files, or I'm exporting the files in a format that a plasma cutter can read, which is basically just numbers, a bunch of numbers to move the plasma torch. So as you can see here, I'm looking at the fabrication database, and those files automatically go to the CNC folder. And there is one .vnc, which is the first sheet, and then all .vnc, which is a combination. So if I had 10 sheets, all sheets would be in that all .vnc file. And the reason we use .vnc, that's because we have a Vicon plasma cutter. You can see under my installed machines, that is the machine that we use. It is a Vicon. And so you're probably going to have to contact whatever manufacturer you have of your plasma cutter. In our case it was Vicon, and they require the .vnc file format. As you can see, there's a ton of different options. So that was a very quick overview. I know it's a ton of information, and it took me, I think, a few months to a year to really get this sorted out at my job. I started with no background in any of this. There's a there's a ton of trial and error that you're gonna have to go through. I'm gonna dive into more specific topics